On a scale of plainest to extra hot, what's your favourite colour of the alphabet? I think mine's 7. Yo, how's it going guys? Your boy Jay bringing you a brand new video. So today what we're going to be doing is something I wanted to do for a little while. Now it's going to be trying to solve your dilemmas and answer your questions over my Snapchat. So of course, if you don't have me on Snapchat, you probably add me now so you can get involved with the other videos like this. And also, if you're watching this video the day it's being uploaded, it's actually I think exactly 2 weeks of Christmas. So I'm doing a £50 gift card giveaway to someone random. There's going to be a link in the description down below basically telling you how to enter if you want to win that £50 gift card. But yeah, also basically just make sure to follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all links down in the description down below. But yeah, apart from that, let's get into this video. I predicted all A stars at GCSE next year. Hell, my friend, if you're predicted 9 A stars at your GCSEs, I don't think you need much help. I think all you need to do is just make sure you don't put too much pressure on yourself, and the fact you've been given the prediction basically means that they know you have the ability to do so. So don't try too hard, but obviously give it the most you can do and you'll probably get what you're predicted, because you know that's how predictions work. Help with breakups please. So obviously I'm not too experienced in this field, but I would say the best advice I can give you is try to distance yourself away from that person as much as possible. But you know, maybe hard because you know they maybe live near you or maybe go to the same school as you, college as you, but try and just, you know, distance yourself from everything. And I'd say if not, the opposite of that is to try and become on civil terms with the person you've broken up with. Now of course I don't know the situation why you've broken up, but if you can become on civil terms with them, it means you're not too, you know, like your heart doesn't hurt too much the fact that you're no longer with them, but it's to the point where it's bearable, so you don't feel so bad or upset the fact you're not with that person anymore. But of course I can't really say much about knowing your situation, so I just try and say the best thing to do is try and, you know, accept the fact you're no longer together. Especially if you try to get back together and it doesn't work, just try and accept the fact and try and move on. And how people move on, it can be very different. Some people move on by just try talking to someone else. It could just be doing something that you enjoy and that takes your mind off it. So just find what your main distraction is and just, you know, do that a bit more. As long as it's not drugs. Drugs aren't good. Could you tell me how Crystal Palace can play better? Wilfred Zaha. When he plays well, so do Palace. So Zaha. This is a long one, right? I'm talking to this girl. Things are going okay, but she stopped talking to me and I feel like I talk too much. Also, by asking her, she wanted me to send her an Xmas card. So this is a tough one because sometimes people just play hard to get for no apparent reason. Now you just need to sort of find out whether this person is just trying to play hard to get, or whether they genuinely do like you back. And that's kind of hard to do unless you sometimes have to be a bit straightforward, or you can just try to drop subtle signs to see how they react without actually being too forward. So you just have to kind of find out what the right approach is to find out whether you're in the wrong or not. Personally, from reading what you said, I don't think you're in the wrong, especially if you just asked if she wanted a Christmas card. Maybe she's just being, you know, a bit of a bitch, sorry to say. Like I said, just try and see if you can find out without going too deep into it. Or of course, the complete opposite to that is just dive in, be straight up honest with you, and then you're probably gonna get your answer that you want. Would you rather sit on a cake and eat dick, or sit on a dick and eat cake? Now, personally, the two things that you've just said have one place where they should go. Cake should go in your mouth, and dick should yeah. Now, I'm not very curious with my sexuality, so I'm not really prepared to yeah, but because of this example, if I have to give an answer, I'd rather eat cake because, you know, cake's nice. But this other option to that is not as nice, but I guess if I have to pick one, it's gonna be that. How do I stop being late to everything? This is actually one that worked for me. Was I used to have a watch and I used to set my watch either 5 to 10 minutes early. Now this may not work because it starts to become a mental thing, because you start to think, right, hold on, my watch is 5 minutes early. So you sort of start to take consideration, oh, maybe I've got a bit more time, because you actually know that you set your watch earlier. So if your problem is with waking up in the morning, I say the best thing you can do is basically, if you've got like an alarm on your phone, don't have your phone like next to you, because that's the thing where you're able to put it on snooze. So what I do is I basically, when I go to bed, I set my alarm, I put it on my phone, and then I lob it, because then when I wake up in the morning, I have to get up, and then that basically means I have to go to my phone. So yeah, I have to get up, and then obviously it's harder to get back to sleep when you've already, you know, got up and you've walked and stuff. So that's my tip to help you stop being late to everything. I had to go get my phone. I was so scared that it broke. What can I do about trouble sleeping and my mood swings? It's a bit of a double-headed question, but we'll go with it. So again, trouble sleeping, I think it's just you really need to get into a schedule, and I know that's hard at the start at first, but once you really do stick to it and get into the schedule, especially sleeping pattern is very easy, because what then happens is you're able to wake up and go to sleep at a set time, because you feel tired consistently at the same time and you wake up consistently at the same time. Your body just starts to get used to it. So that's with your trouble sleeping is because you're probably not sleeping in a regular particular pattern. So that's what you need to start doing. In terms of your mood swings, I think you just kind of have to accept it. The fact that you're obviously trying to like push away your mood swings when it's something that's probably stuck with you, probably the thing that's making it a little worse. You kind of have to accept them. And again, if you're worrying, it's because of the people that are around you and they're not going to be comfortable with your mood swings. They're either not good friends or you haven't told them. And the reason why I say it is because when you tell people, they're a lot more accepting and it makes you feel more comfortable about who you are and things that you can't change. So if it's because you're worrying about your mood swings around other people, just be honest and tell them that, you know, sometimes I do have mood swings, so I apologize if I'm like this. It's not my fault, and they'll be a lot more supportive of you and they'll be a lot more understanding and help you with your situation. How the f do I pass my A-levels? Well, unfortunately, I can't really relate to this one because I haven't done A-levels. The most important thing is if you want to pass your A-levels and you tell yourself you pass your A-levels, you will. Of course, you've got to put in effort, whether that's revising or you're just making sure you're actually putting a decent amount of time in your studying and your work. You'll do it if you tell yourself you can do it. If you're in a negative mindset, it's going to be a lot more difficult than it should. In fact, you've been able to get to the point where you can do your A-levels, and I'm guessing you're probably at your last year, which is why you've asked that, is you just got to put your mind to it, focus, make sure you have the right similar-minded people around you, and it'll make things a lot easier. How do you deal with someone you've already told you like but doesn't like you back, but you're still best friend? Now, I feel like that's a bit of an awkward one because it goes back to the thing we mentioned before, is being straight up and honest, which you obviously have been straight up and honest and you've told this person they liked you, but unfortunately they told you they don't like you back. Now, I feel like in this situation, the best possible thing you can do is move on. I know it sounds harsh, but if this person doesn't like you back in that way, there's kind of no point sticking around because all you're going to do is keep making yourself even more upset than you should be. And of course, there literally is someone out there for everyone. So this person may be a great friend to you, but in terms of relationship wise, they're probably not the best person for you, considering the fact they've been honest with you and said that they just don't like you that way. Right, so the next question, again, it's another school question. I've just finished my mocks and pretty much failed all of them because I genuinely struggle so much with exams. Any tips or tricks to help me with revision or anything that would be helpful? Now, if you struggle with exams, it may not be because you're not smart, it's just because that you're just not good at remembering things. So I think my best thing to do when I was kind of coming up to do my exams, past papers were really good if you can find past papers for the topics that you do. Now, making minimal revision notes. Now, I know this sounds stupid because of course you want to try and remember as much as things, but when you try and remember too much, that's when it gets too difficult because you're trying to remember all these things and you're like, oh, how's this, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this, when really and truly there's only a few things you need to remember because the rest of the things will just come naturally to you due to the fact that you've been learning them for so long. So the things that you know you can do well on, the things, the topics that you know, like boom, off top of your head, why waste time revising those? Just focus on the things that you know are your strong points and even try to relate them to things in your real life, which makes it so much easier to remember because I know exams, they're just pretty shit because it is just to remembering, but it's literally just finding out what's the best way that you can remember all these things you need to know for your exams, and then bam, you should hopefully pass, and I believe that you'll pass. How do I get a boy to accept me as a friend, not like a relationship in that sense? Well, this is the complete like curveball to all the answers we have before. This is you just want a person of opposite sex to be your friend. And I feel this shouldn't be too much of a hard thing to do but I don't know. So I feel like in this day and age, it's very easy to make friends with someone, especially if you can find something that you have in common. So whether that you both like the same football team or you both like the same TV show, just try and probably find something that you both have in common. So for example, if you both like The Walking Dead, you can just ask them, hey, did you watch the last episode of The Walking Dead? And then of course, that's how a conversation starts. And I'm assuming past that point, you'll be able to be a lot more comfortable talking about other random things. On a scale of plainest to extra hot, what's your favorite color of the alphabet? I think mine's 7. So we've got two questions here which are quite the same, so I'm going to put them together. And there's, I need advice on a friendship that I feel isn't as best as it could be. And we also had another question which was very similar, which did say, how do you remove yourself from a group of toxic friends? Now they're similar but quite different because one's talking about a singular person, one's talking about a group of individuals that you don't want to be around. And when it's a specific individual, I feel like especially if they're friend, you should be comfortable to confront them about the issues that you're having with your friendship. Now they're either going to change their ways because they realize they don't want to lose your friendship, or they're just going to be the same person. And if they're going to be the same person, especially after you've been honest with them and told them that there's things that you wish were different, they're probably not a person worth hanging around anymore because they're just not a good friend. And a good friend would want to be the best friend they could be to their friend. Wow, that's a lot of time saying the word friend, but I hope you get what I mean and what I'm trying to say. And when it comes to a group, again, I feel like you can kind of be the same but not too much, because of course when it comes to a group of individuals, every single person is going to have a different opinion on certain topics. So you kind of have to just think about what you think is the best thing to do. And whether you just want to hang around with this group in general, you could just remove yourself from the group, and that's kind of getting rid of the issue. But of course, I don't know what situation with where you have other friends you go to or you can speak to, or this is your only group of friends. So I feel like talking is the only way you're going to get over issues when it comes to your friends. I feel like this is a good question to end it with, especially because it's getting to the end of the year, and it's what is your biggest aspiration for 2018 and your whole life in general. Now of course, course, in terms of YouTube, I've said it so many times, I really want to hit 100k, and I feel like the more I go on with YouTube, I feel like it becomes less likely, which of course is the opposite. You think the more I do it, it gets, the more easier it gets. But I just feel like there's so many more better content creators than me. That's just me just being very honest, who deserve to hit 100k. And I feel like the more better content creators that come along moves me down the pecking order of, like, if there was like a list of people who are gonna hit 100k, I feel like it moves me down, and then obviously these people come above me and they're more likely to get it. But I don't know, we never know what can happen. So obviously I'm just gonna, you know, keep making videos every now and then and see what happens. But that's probably my biggest aspiration for 2018, is to try and get somewhere near to getting 100k. I don't think it will happen, but all I can do is try. But apart from that, this has been your boy Jay. Hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, of course, make sure to smash the like button down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Now of course, don't forget to check out the £50 giveaway, which will be the top line in the description. But apart from that, this has been your boy Jay, and I'll see you next time.